Hi everybody, welcome at the Agritechnica 2019, and now we are at the Güttler show, at the Güttler exhibition, and I have the pride, the privilege, and the pleasure to introduce you, Mr. Hans Güttler.
Good morning, jó napot kívánok, kedves nézőink.
Hoppa. Everything okay, or are you a little bit tired? Because there are a lot of people on your stand.
Yeah, which is quite normal, and we are lucky about that. This is what we want, to receive a lot of people and to show our product and to explain our product to as much as people as we can.
And why important the Agritechnica for your company?
You see, this is an international event, not only for the German market, even not only for the European market. So of course we have a lot of customers coming from the surrounding countries, but we have also many customers coming from further abroad, like Russia, like South America, like Africa. So for us it's the main event every 2 years, and this is why we are here and proud to be here also.
Yes, sure. And please show me the newest products on your stand, and please tell me something about this product's advantages.
So in general, we are known as the specialist in rollers for the Güttler roller, which has been invented by my father 40 years ago. But nowadays, 20 years ago, I detected that the roller is also helpful on grassland rejuvenation, because, as I always explain, our grandfathers knew and estimated the action of the footprint of the cow and of the sheep, because it's the action of the footprint of a cow is provoking a better tillering, denser sward, higher yields, and it's also pushing the seeds you dispose down to the ground. And if you look closer to the Güttler roller, you will detect 305 hoof prints per square meter.
So it's copying the footprints.
Yeah, it's copying the footprints of sheep or of cows. And we are very successful with that all over the world, selling machinery for grassland rejuvenation.
You said me it's a very new machine, and now you're testing it. But what can we see now?
This is not yet ready for sale. It's still a prototype. It's a research project of our partner Krummenacher from Switzerland, where we buy all our seeders. And the idea behind is there's a camera detecting the holes in the grass, and managing the seeder in such a way that you only put the seeds in the holes where you really need it. Because if you have let us say 30% of gaps, and you're overseeding 100% of your surface, 70% of your seeding is in a big danger to get lost. And so this is the idea behind this, to concentrate seeds only where it's needed, to have a big economy of grass seeds, which are very expensive.
Yes, and I think it's precision agriculture. What do you think about it? This will be the future? What's the future of the precision agriculture in your opinion?
There will be a future, but we have to be aware that you need well-trained people. It's not in everybody's hand. So whether it's contractors or whether it's a big farm, being able to economize such a technique, you need well-trained people, but it's a tool in the hands of intelligent people, and I think this is the future to come.
Yes, and we have a lot of data, and we have to know the data's meanings.
Here we are not collecting any data. We are just taking the reality. We are not based on any map or geographic we make from the combine. It's reality, and it's close to reality. And I think this is, you can do a lot of things with a lot of data. I'm perhaps a little bit too old for that, but I think the benefit of such a technique based on reality is far nearer than big data things which will come. I'm convinced that in 20 years' time the world will completely change.
I think too. I think too. So, please let me show the other machines. For example,
this is our grassland rake. So this is one part of the grassland of the Green Master system for rejuvenation of grassland. First of all, you have to level the land, then you have to aerate it. So this is why we use very strong tines to bring air into the sward. Then we seed. We have a broadcasting of seed in between the tines. So the tines are already starting to incorporate the seeds into the ground. And whenever you have dry condition, then we can attach the Güttler roller. Here you have a quick coupling system. Here I can attach the roller and for a perfect work to push the seeds down to the ground to establish a good ground contact of the seeds, to have a good results of overseeding. Let me say, this is a modular concept. When it, for instance, if you have wet weather in spring, it makes no sense to tear out bad weeds and to repush them 1 second after so that it can regrow again. In such a condition, I don't work. I work without any roller. I bring the weeds out. I leave it as I expose it to the sun for 1 day, and then it's dead, and then I can roll. Or whenever I have dry conditions in spring, I can combine the two elements and cutting down my working cost. So it's not a complete machine. It's a modular system where you can adapt yourselves to the needs you have.
Which is the next machine? What would you like to showing us?
So the next machine is we go one step further, still improving the seeding of grass. We have this is a European patent pending. It's an invention of an Austrian farmer, and he gave us the patent pendings. So the idea is to let the seeds right down to the ground, even if the sward is a little bit higher, because for broadcasting seeds you need to have a short grass. But for a contractor, sometimes he comes too late because the customer ordered too late, or he is overwhelmed with work. He cannot come as he wants, and then he comes 4 days too late, and then the grass has already regrown, and then you have problems. And with this technique, you are sure that you bring your seeds down to the ground. But also this technique is not made for everybody's hand. You need contractors, you need special trained people to work with these machines. Yeah.
And the other one, it's a little bit simple machine, but I like it. It's just huge.
This is the core. This is the core of the Güttler brand, the roller with the golden hoof print.
But everybody interested about this.
Yeah. So you use it on arable land. Whenever you have prepared your land, the big difference to a Cambridge roller makes a smooth and even surface looking quite nicely. But when it comes to rain, then you have problem. You get capping. The top layer is melting, and you have a crust, and the germination cannot go on. With a Güttler roller, you have always a loose top layer, loose and crumbly, a firm seed horizon beneath, the fine particles beneath to embed the seeds, and the bigger lumps like a nut, like a walnut on top, to avoid erosion problems, to avoid capping. And this is the Güttler roller is well known for that, and also well known for a self-cleaning effect, because we have two ring halves, one of 45 centimeter and another one bigger, and working together.
Yes, sounds good. It sounds good and looks good.
Sometimes people ask me, why don't you bring the roller bigger and heavier? So my question is, 40 years of experience show us that in many cases our soils are not suffering from a lack of recompactation, but they are suffering by too much compaction due to heavy traffic. And I think we should not exaggerate and be modest and keep things not too heavy. So we have, because the soil where we're working on, this is our main capital. And if we spoil it, then it's spoiled, and it needs a long time and a lot of money to repair damage you do to your soil. And in my eyes, we should be intelligent and not to do everything we can, and we have to respect the soil and the nature.
Yes, sure. It's true. It's true. So, talking about the other machines, what in the center, in the focus on your stand?
In the focus on our stand is not only the roller, but in the last years, 2007, we launched a machine named Supermax. It's a kind of a cultivator, which we see here, and being known as the roller specialist, Güttler, we launched a product without roller. So customers were very astonished. What happened? What happened? What did you tell lies in the last 30 years about you need to recompact your soil? I said, no, listen, people. Very often we have wet soils, especially in spring, and it makes no sense to work a wet soil and to press it down immediately. You better leave it, expose it to the sun, let it dry out a little bit, and then you come with a roller. And we have a huge range of rollers you can put in front of the tractor who is carrying the drill or whatever you want. So there is a huge choice of rollers you can use. And so we started with that, and then I detected this is a very good item for shallow stubble work. Not if somebody would like or see stubble work in a way that you make one pass and you see black soil and no more straw, this is the wrong machine. So we have a different concept to the classical cultivators. We go very shallow, we go several times, and every time we go a little bit deeper. We do not bring out big lumps. We are working very shallow. All we want is to encourage the volunteers and the weeds for a germination, and in the next go we kill them. And we want to mix straw with soil, to inoculate it with microbes so that the straw rotting can start. And we want to expose the straw on the surface, because the earthworms will never go and search a straw which is incorporated 25 centimeters deep. They will always take it from the surface. And we have proven that in the last 2 summers, which were extremely hot and dry here in Western Europe, we have proved that this machine is very good for doing this, because leaving all the soil on top means you make a mulch, and you make a conservation of your precious moisture which is in the soil, you see. And we can prove that even in these dry conditions you get a good germination of your volunteers. And then in the next step, what is getting more and more important is mechanical weeding, because we are losing a lot of chemical products in the future because we get banned products, and then we need more and more mechanical weeding. And I think you can see it when you go across the show.
We saw.
It's a trend, and for me, mechanical weeding starts on stubble work, not 8 weeks after. It starts right on the stubble work, and this is the machine to do this. And novelty is we have now a machine. We are producing machines, trade machines, up to 12 meters working with since a long time. But let me say, in some parts of the world, like for instance in the Western German part, in Eastern Germany we have big structures. From the old times we have big farms. There we need trade machinery, big machines. But here in the Western Germany we have smaller fields. We have not the same structure, so we need. In my eyes, there is a good demand for a mounted machine, 9 meter, directly carried by the tractor, very movable, flexible, and the reactions of customers here are very, very positive about this.
That's great. That's great. So, thank you very much for the interview. I think we know a lot of things about the farming from you, and we know everything about the Güttler machines. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And now I see it. There are a lot of people, so you have to work now. You have to work now. Thanks for the watching. See you soon. Bye.